Patrick Swayze secretly trained for his own skydiving scenes in Point Break, even though the studio would not let him jump during principal photography. By the time Point Break was filming, skydiving photographer Tom Sanders was already working around a movie that would later become a cult classic. But the surprising part is how much Patrick Swayze pushed to make those scenes better. He was supposed to stay on the ground while the studio protected its star, yet he kept sneaking out to the drop zone to train. And this is where things get interesting. Swayze was not just showing up for the camera. After the studio approved the main footage, he actually called Sanders and asked to shoot more at Skydive Paris. Not for publicity, not for the studio, just to improve the scene. Sanders said Swayze was easy to work with, calm, and completely without attitude. He had fewer than 50 jumps, but he still handled exits, tracking, and deployments well enough to get real footage into the final film. What made it work was his athletic background and willingness to learn fast. Meanwhile, the surfing side of Point Break was a different story. Swayze was trying to surf during filming even though he was not a surfer, and the production eventually had to fake some of those shots. So while the movie sold the image of a fearless, all-around action star, the reality was more specific. He was genuinely putting in the work on the skydive side. That is what makes the movie last. Not just the style, but the fact that parts of it were built by people who actually cared enough to keep going back up for more.